In a small, serene village cradled by misty hills, there lived a girl named Zoya. She was the heart of the town, a radiant soul who seemed to have endless time and kindness for everyone. Whether it was helping her neighbor fix a broken fence, staying up late to comfort a grieving friend, or stitching clothes for a child in need, Zoya always said yes to every call, every plea, and every whispered request. Her smile never wavered, though her spirit grew weary. Every day, she poured herself into others until there was hardly anything left for herself. But Zoya never spoke of her exhaustion. She feared that a no would make her seem unkind, selfish even. One day, an elderly traveler named Azad arrived in the village. His eyes were gentle but piercing, as if he could see straight into a person's soul. He watched Zoya silently as she raced between tasks, her once lively laughter replaced by hurried breaths and tired smiles. "Child," Azad said one evening, stopping Zoya as she rushed past him, "you remind me of a tree that gives all its fruit away, even to those who do not need it." Zoya paused, confused. "What do you mean, sir?" Azad pointed to a majestic oak tree nearby. "The tree gives shade, fruit, and beauty, but even it knows when to let its branches rest, when to hold back its seeds for another season. Do you not see? A tree that gives everything at once will soon be left barren, unable to stand tall." Zoya blinked, his words brushing against her heart like the first breeze of autumn. She had never thought of her kindness as something that needed balance. Azad smiled knowingly and handed her a small lantern. "This is the lantern of choices," he explained. "It does not shine for every yes. It glows when your heart knows you've chosen wisely." Intrigued, Zoya carried the lantern home. The next day, she decided to test it. When her neighbor came asking for help with her garden, a task that could easily wait, Zoya hesitated. She looked at the lantern and whispered, "No, I need time for myself today." The lantern glowed faintly, its warm light surprising her, as days turned into weeks. Zoya began listening to her heart. She learned that saying no didn't mean closing doors forever, it meant preserving her energy for the right moments. When she said yes, it came from a place of joy, not obligation. One evening, a young boy in the village fell ill, and his worried mother came to Zoya for help. This time, Zoya didn't hesitate. She brought the lantern with her, tending to the boy through the night. The lantern glowed brighter than ever before, filling the room with a golden light that seemed to wrap around them like a warm embrace. As the boy recovered, Zoya realized something profound. The power of a yes was greater when it wasn't given to everyone, every time. She thought of Azad's words, "Not every request is a need. Not every call deserves your answer." The next time Zoya met Azad, she thanked him with tears in her eyes. "I didn't know how heavy I was until I set myself free," she said. Azad chuckled softly. "The world is not asking you to dim your light, child. It's asking you to shine wisely. For when you balance your no's and yes, you do not just live, you thrive." From that day on, Zoya's life transformed. The villagers began to notice the change. Zoya's laughter returned, fuller and freer than before. She became an inspiration, not for her endless giving, but for her wisdom in knowing when to give and when to hold back. Her lantern never dimmed, for it burned not with obligation, but with the light of a heart in balance, a heart that had finally learned that sometimes, the most loving word you can say to the world is no. This story is a gentle reminder, saying yes to everything is not kindness, it's self-neglect. The true balance lies in the courage to choose when to give and when to guard your peace. Let your light shine where it's needed most, and it will glow even brighter.